Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Could Web3 provide better data security and enable privacy for users? Joining me to discuss is Jiten Varu, CEO of Emrit, a distributed blockchain infrastructure company creating passive income opportunities for consumers and businesses via crypto mining. Jiten, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you very much. Excited to be here.
And let's talk about Web3. We're continuing to hear so much more about it. Give us a high-level overview of what it is.
I think at a macro level, it's the next phase of the internet. We've had businesses like Google and Facebook and Amazon, and they've been building massive consensus of data, and this is the opportunity for people to take control of their piece of the internet. The technology is now there for people to be able to take a more distributed approach to having an access to the internet.
What is Emrit's mission and how does it fit into the blockchain ecosystem?
Actually, we're actually implementing today real live use cases of Web 3.0. So for example, we're helping utility blockchains specializing in 5G, Wi-Fi, and IoT implement real Web 3 use cases in the community.
And Jiten, what sectors does this benefit?
We're specifically focused on a couple of sectors at the moment. So it's mainly the telcos, being in a position where we can deploy 5G and Wi-Fi to a wider community, allowing the retail customer to gain passive income with crypto mining in the background, so leveraging blockchain and Web3 together. In addition, we're working with another company called PlanetWatch, and they specialize in environmental monitoring. So both projects are both businesses actually are very, very sustainable.
So give us an example of who your clients are.
So we're working with predominantly WISPs, wireless internet service providers. We're working with organizations that want to deploy IoT networks, 5G networks, or private Wi-Fi networks. So you could take, for example, an airport or someone that wants to deploy a large network and wants to reduce the cost of capital. On the retail side, we're working with individuals like you and me, who can take a unit from Emrit at a low cost and start mining passively at a friction-free approach.
So it sounds like, Jiten, that there's an element of the Internet of Things kind of wrapped up into this. Explain to us what that means.
This is basically connecting the world with devices and hardware. So our business model is specifically focused on deploying hardware components in locations in the community. So it's the opposite of the centralized internet. Centralized internet, all your data and your technology sits in a server and data center. And we're looking at deploying technology in the community so the community can benefit, businesses can reduce the cost of capital, and individuals can take control of services they want.
It's interesting because when I think of Web3, we talked about this at the top, data privacy. If you have more control over your data, will that change the Internet of Things at all? Don't companies like Amazon, like Google, use this data to improve the experience of the Internet as we know it now? Will that change in any way?
I think there's a space for both. Your personal data is your property, so you have a right to decide who has access to it, and your personal data can be monetized. And today, do you get paid for the monetization of your personal data? No. So actually, I think it's an opportunity for the average individual to be in a position to take control and work with companies like Emrit, who are deploying Helium and PlanetWatch, and be in control of what they want to do with the internet in the future.
Yeah, it's so interesting how you can almost customize your own experience versus having a company tell you what your experience is going to be. All right, Jiten, it certainly is exciting for the future. Thank you for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.